Alright, good morning everybody. Appreciate you guys being here. Let's take a look at our trade plan from last night. I basically talked about how we had a P shape on Friday. And if we're holding above that P shape, we're trying to extend that upper tail. You see how it has no upper tail on Friday, long lower tail. So possibly extending that upper tail. That would line up with like that 48 level. We also have that gap from a couple weeks ago that is being filled in here. But they did create a new gap. So there's a gap from the Sunday Open going down to about 91, about that value high. So keep an eye on that. So holding above 91, we're looking for 22, which is kind of already hit, and then 48. So we'll just raise these targets up just a little bit. We'll say 48, and then looks like about 65. And then same thing for the downside, holding below 91. We are looking for Friday's value, so possibly a retrace of Friday. Just keep an eye on that gap fill as well. So that's right before 91. But as long as we stay above 91, even after a pullback, it is still bullish, because the pullback could just be filling in the gap. Okay, looking at NASDAQ here, same story. You have that P shape on Friday. Obviously, today is not a P shape, but you're still treating it like a P shape because you're basically just playing out Friday here. You're pushing that upper tail. So keep an eye on that gap fill around 820 and then around 876. If you start pushing down to 600, that does fill in that Sunday gap. And then below 600, you have that retrace down to 470, possibly lower. Yeah, today looks like a D shape, but you can see that it's not trading like a D shape. It is still showing that bullish imbalance because of Friday. That's why sometimes we use the bias of like the larger day, right? The day that's actually closed. A lot of sellers at 25 to 24 when you try to push up there. Keep an eye on VWAP if it does continue around 13. You're coming up on VWAP pretty much right away on NQ. Pretty much an immediate failure of higher value. They tried to get that higher value there. It did not quite like that. Good morning, everybody. Want a future? Scott, Leo, Mr. B. Here's a trade plan for you guys. Here's VWAP on NQ. Keep an eye on it on ES. Give about 5 more points down here. Igor, Ordinary, Tachi. Good morning, Ken, Brian, Titus. Mario, AT, Estevan, Crypto, Larry. Good morning, Faraj, Morris. Good morning, Greg, Ike, Roma, Nitro. Good morning, Michael, TS, Orion, Fernando. Scooby, Darius, Builds. Good morning, Brian, Lucio, Vanquish. Going to be a very short week. I am most likely only streaming today and tomorrow. Wednesday is a half day. Thursday is obviously Christmas. And Friday, I think Friday's a normal day. But I'm probably not going to come back off of a holiday on a Friday. We'll probably just come back on Monday. I'll be doing some giveaways today and tomorrow for some Apex accounts for you guys that are showing up. And then we'll take a little break and we'll see you guys back on Monday after this short week. Be nearly a week off. As far as the calendar goes this week, we don't have anything today. And then tomorrow we've got a bunch of data coming out. And then Wednesday we have unemployment. And that's pretty much it for the week because of the holiday. Yeah, I'm feeling better. I'm almost back to 100%. I'll probably give it a few more days and I should be fine. Feel a little bit of a cough. This is probably the longest consecutive time I've been sick probably in my entire life. It's pretty shitty. I got sick like immediately after recovering from my my other illness. So I've been sick for like over 2 weeks. Keep an eye on VWAP. Yeah, I should be back to normal next time you guys hear me on stream, hopefully on Monday. Yeah, then we have one more holiday. Obviously, we have New Year's, which is on technically Wednesday night, Thursday. So next week will be not exactly a short week, but a little bit shorter. Still not hitting VWAP just yet. It's right below price. Very bottom heavy candle. Look at all the volume building up on the low here. It's pretty much all bearish volume too. Look at all the delta here. There's VWAP basically to the tick. Good morning, Tamer. I didn't watch all of them. I only watched the co-main event and the Jake Paul fight. The girls' fight was pretty good. But that's because what's her name? I forget her name. The champion. She's very good. I didn't even know Silva was fighting. I completely missed that fight. So here's a full rotation of this current profile. If it does continue below the value low, watch that gap fill on that Friday, the Sunday gap. It's Friday and Sunday. Going down to 600 on NASDAQ. That goes down to 891 on ES. Keep an eye on the value low. You haven't finished that rotation on ES just yet. Going down to 908. Needs like 6 more points or so. These are all added, so then if I go to my other charts, that's trading view. Andrew Tate, I don't follow that stuff. I didn't know he was fighting. I don't really watch influencer fights. I only watch these ones because they're like big and they're on Netflix for free. So it's kind of just convenient. But I'm not a big fan of the mockery of the combat sports. Which, speaking of mockery, you could tell that AJ took a little bit of an extra check on that one. It was pretty obvious. Which is why boxing is just kind of dead. Morning, Jose. Trying to hold on to VWAP here. A lot of buy pressure coming in. It is bouncing a little bit early. It does want to go down about 10 more points from here to finish that rotation, but you are stalling on VWAP. But yeah, you could tell AJ, the first 4 rounds compared to the 5th round was like literally a different fighter. He was going very easy on him the first couple of rounds. They tried to make a show. Yeah, they just didn't want him to knock him out in like one round. If he was trying his hardest, I give him 1 or 2 rounds. Like first round, okay, Jake's gonna run around a little bit. He's not tired, but after a round, he's getting knocked out, almost guaranteed. And it took him like what 6 rounds? I think it did. It was 5 or 6 rounds. So this is not exactly absorption, but this candle is very bottom heavy. There's a lot of bearish delta down here, and it's not really getting any profit for these sellers. So if they do begin to hold back above like 20, these sellers are in some danger here. Yeah, like I said, you can't hold it against the guy. He makes a lot of money. He does a really good job. He's a promoter, right? You want to ram? It just completely depends on the trade. Like some trades are solely based on the 30-minute. But if you're just looking for like exact levels of like when you need to press the buy or sell button, then usually the lower the time frame, the better. That's not exactly how I use time frames. Like time frames are, they all have a purpose. They're all kind of telling their own story. They're trying to protect this node again. They need to build more value below that 14. They're really struggling below 14. Looks like VWAP is just too strong of a support. They're bouncing off VWAP and trying to recover this lower node here. It is bouncing a little bit early. It's not quite finishing that value low retrace. It's pretty much finishing it, like within margin of error, but it's not actually hitting that level. Yeah, you only missed it by like 2 or 3 points, so it's not terrible. It's just not 100% finished. Yeah, mine's the same as everybody else, so it's like typically the first 2 hours. I think that's true for almost everybody. There's just more trading opportunity in the first couple of hours. Just more volume, more news, more overlap. I'd say the only traders that recently have been getting way more trades are the rotation traders in the afternoon, because we've just been getting like ridiculous rotations. Because you'll find like a node or some type of like small value range in the afternoon, and you'll just sit on that for 4 hours. So if you guys like trading the rotations, you're getting a ton of trades in the afternoon. And that's just because we have a range, well, not anymore. Today's kind of breaking it. But before today, we've been kind of in a range on the daily. So when this happens on the daily, you typically get those rotation trades quite a bit. But possibly breaking that rotation finally. Higher highs, higher lows. This is about where it needs to stop if we want to maintain this overlapping value. This needs to be the high. But that would break the Santa Claus rally, right? I mean, we've kind of already had a Santa Claus rally. It kind of did it a little early. We are up a little over 100 points. Still kind of absorbing that lower node here. Really good respect on VWAP on ES. You kind of went through it a little bit on NQ. This delta is very weak, bouncing all VWAP here, but it's mostly just because this entire node is bearish delta, so it's kind of being absorbed. Morning, Lumir. Okay, first time around, they found basically no traders up here. Just a massive LVN. Very long LVN. Seems like they're struggling to find traders up here again. Yeah, definitely struggling to find traders above 23 to 25, especially buyers. They need to start getting some buyers up here holding above, like, basically right here, like 23, 25. Or it's going to look like a big trap off of VWAP. It's just going to shoot back down to VWAP. They need to show acceptance, right? They need to show that they accept these higher prices, which they're not really doing. And here's that exact move that I was just talking about. You're kind of shooting right back down to VWAP because they were not showing acceptance at those higher prices. We'll see how it reacts to the session VWAP. This is also where the sellers were kind of being absorbed earlier. A really big node down here because those sellers just they kept pushing into like 15, but they weren't holding below 15. Seems like we're getting a bit of the holiday kind of balance, the holiday chop. They don't want to get too crazy and go in one direction. This is all just that same move that I talked about earlier, how we were trying to push up, but there was no acceptance up here. There's no delta. They're not building any significant nodes up there. They're not really showing any signs that they wanted to stay up there, right? So if they don't want to stay up there, then it has to come back down. So now we're coming back down, losing VWAP. Value low being tested now that it's shifted up a little bit. Keep an eye on that overnight low coming up at 900, possibly the gap fill, which is like 93. Yeah, I haven't had time to work on the website, so the code is actually still valid. I do need to switch the code to like a Christmas code for the next like week or two. But yeah, I've not been working on the website. They're trying to build a lower node here around 12. It is being respected by the buyers right now, so they are protecting it a little bit. You can tell we're kind of stuck in balance because they try to push away from like the overlap and it just doesn't find anything, comes back down. And then here they're trying to hold it in the overlap because they're being absorbed. That POC around 17 just kind of acting like a magnet. All right, so right now we're just rotating. So this is finishing that upper rotation. Is it going to build a node above 23 this time? We'll see. Good morning, XP. If it stalls here, you are failing to rotate, stalling a little bit early. So far, we're not really seeing that Santa Claus rally. It's more of just the standard holiday price action where you kind of just balance around, wait for the holiday to end. There's no acceptance above the 20s. You can see all these tails. There's like no volume up here. It's a slow news day too. There's not a whole lot going on the timeline. Looks like it's going to try for this higher value again. It has failed every single time. We'll see if it can stay above that 23. Yeah, that has been kind of true recently. Like if the pre-market is very, very active, the morning is just really sloppy. Yeah, there's plenty of videos on my channel. You can watch the Becoming an Apex Trader series we just put out. You can watch the order flow series as well. My channel is basically a giant catalog of trading content for the past like 8 years. Yeah, yet again, same thing here. Not finding any value above the 20s. So we are still rotating, but I'd say we have a slight bearish bias on the morning here. You can tell the bearish bias on NQ. You bounced up into VWAP and then sold VWAP pretty much immediately. I can't help you with data feeds. I've only ever used one data feed on Addis, and it's the Apex data feed, which is technically rhythmic. Getting pretty bearish here, starting a bearish impulse on NASDAQ, pushing away from this overlapping value. This is that failure multiple times to find higher value. That gap is going to act like a magnet trying to pull you down. You're starting to fill the gap right now, and NQ needs a little bit more. Back down to 600 should fill that in. This is like the last attempt. It's trying to stay in balance. You can see it just barely lost the lows. And you have those buyers trying to push it back into VWAP. They're really struggling. Seems like NASDAQ is leading here. We'll see if NASDAQ pushes down one more time. It only needs one more move and it will fill that gap in, going back to 600. Looks like the balance is just too strong here. That gap is not a strong enough magnet. So here comes that like above 20, like 21, 22. They failed to find value here 3 times so far. We'll see if we can stay above 22. Hey, Tamer, have a good day, man. Enjoy your holiday. Looks like yet again you're struggling to find value above the 20s. We'll see if they can actually hold this node as support. They basically just need to hold one of these major nodes and then bounce off of it. They're just not doing it. If NASDAQ continues, keep an eye on that VWAP, possible bear flag in a VWAP. You did have one earlier. Stalling a little bit early on NQ here, trying to get back below those EMAs here. Sorry, guys, these past few weeks, not only have I been sick, but it's just not really been a very exciting market to commentate. There's just not a whole lot to talk about when we're just ranging back and forth, doing the same thing over and over and over again. And it's been that way for damn near a month. How long have we been stuck in this range? Yeah, almost a month. November 26th is kind of where it started. And then it was just overlap for a month. We're almost out of it. If it can actually stay bullish here, we might get some more exciting days. But yeah, this is just non-stop overlap. It's actually good that I haven't had to commentate too much because my throat's already shot from being sick anyway. Really struggling to, you can kind of see where the nodes are outside the value area. You can see this node here, this node here. So struggling to find value below 12 and above 23. And the value area is very small. It's like 7 points. If you guys are hanging out until the end of the stream, we are going to be doing some Apex account giveaways. Probably do them in about 30 minutes or so. Yet again, another failure to hold any value above 20. Just stuck in like a 7-point value range here. You possibly could say that this is a failure to rotate You tried to go back down and you bounced off VWAP, so it's trying to yet again break above the 20s here. We'll see if it can actually hold anything above 20. Keep an eye on VWAP here. Possibly a bear flag and a VWAP on NQ. First time actually finding some value above 20. Delta's actually pretty bullish this time around. It is decently aggressive, staying above the 80 MA the entire time. Here's that VWAP on NQ. So here's a higher node. The last node was 23. Doing a good job building a node at 27 here. There's not really a whole lot up here. So it could go to like 50 pretty easily. There's a daily high that we're testing like right now. And that's pretty much it. You could look for the POC as well. The POC is somewhere around like 38. Ignoring VWAP on NQ. NQ bouncing a little bit early. If we go look at the gap fill here, You can see it didn't quite fill that gap in. Needed a little bit more. That rotation goes back to 732, so basically one more move up. Yeah, it is. It's also a tail extension as well. You could target that as well. There's very good liquidity today. That's why it's moving a little bit slow. Even though the volume's, it's okay. Volume's not terrible. Liquidity is very, very high. Probably because it's the end of the month, end of the year. You can see the difference in structure here. Very rotational, kind of imbalance. And now look at the impulse here. 5-minute lows being protected, 5-minute highs being taken out. This candle on the 30-minute doing a fantastic job separating these nodes, building new nodes. A little bit of a dangerous time to run. Keep an eye on that 30-minute close. Possibly creating single prints. Oh, the gap's not acting like a magnet today. You had one move and that was it. That was what the, what was it, 1030 move was. Was a very good target on NASDAQ. NASDAQ gave you a nasty drop. Gave you a, what, 100-point drop? Nearly 200? That gap should be filled, and I'd say probably by next Monday, when we come back on Monday or so. We filled in the rollover gap, I'm pretty sure. Where's that one? Yeah, that one got filled in. Very top-heavy node being absorbed here. Buyers getting a little stuck. This is where the single print level would be, so they are repairing the single prints. Not doing too bad. This is exactly what we talked about on the trade plan. If you guys read the trade plan this morning about the staying above the gap and kind of extending the upper tail. This is that P shape and balance, which is why you want to look for, like today we had kind of a D shape profile, but it wasn't really trading like a D shape. Well, when we made the trade plan, right? It did after the open. But it was trading kind of one directionally. It was maintaining that P shape, right? That's why it's always good to look at whatever day closed the day before. Are we just continuing that imbalance, right? And today was an obvious yes. We were just continuing the imbalance. A little bit of chop on the open, but still holding that P shape. So now today's more of a D shape after a P shape, which typically means it's a micro pullback. This would be like a micro pullback with a bullish imbalance. I think we're hitting that POC level. We're very close to it. Yeah, there it is. POC level at 38 coming up. So if you were looking at that P-shape imbalance, you had that long lower tail here. If you extend that to the upside, it already kind of lines up with our targets anyway. But that's where it would be. It'd be about like 40. So pretty much just a perfect extension of that P-shaped profile of Friday. Looks like that POC still acting like a magnet, trying to pull us back down. Trying to stay inside that D-shaped balance for now. Didn't have too many rotations today. He rotated like, what, 3 or 4 times maybe? Then he popped out of it. Could say we're failing to rotate on NASDAQ. It's failing a little bit, probably within margin of error. It's not too bad. You are kind of stalling on that POC though. You have a small portion of that gap left open on NQ. All right, guys, let's do a few giveaways here, and then we will call it a stream, and I'll be back tomorrow for our last stream this week. I will be streaming in Discord for the rest of the day as well. Give me 1 second. Let me get it ready. All right, how many people do we have in here? We have like 150. We'll do 1 through 100. It should be okay. Not everybody participates anyway. So pick a random number between 1 through 100. This is going to be for a Apex account. It's going to give you a promo code that you can put in, basically a discount code, and it's going to give you a free account of any size. So whatever size you guys want to sign up for. So pick a number between 1 and 100. Just pick one number. If you pick multiple numbers, you're just not going to be chosen. If you guys have the same number as somebody else, we'll just do a tiebreaker. I'm going to pick multiple winners, by the way, so we're going to do a few codes. So just pick one number, and I'm just going to keep rolling until we have probably around like 4 or 5 winners. We're going to give away like 10 accounts this week, which is basically just today and tomorrow. What time is it? I will give you guys, let's do 2 more minutes. You'll have until 38. 11:38. Let me make sure you guys are only putting in one number. Let's see here. Like I said, if you have the same number as somebody else, it's okay. We'll just do a tiebreaker. All right, I'll give you guys about probably 1.5 more minutes. We'll go a little bit longer until 11:39. All right. You got 10 seconds left. If you haven't, just pick a number between 1 and 100. If you guys enjoy the content, just hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe as well. All right, Ken, you're going to be the final number. Let's go ahead and start rolling. Okay, 20. Anyone have 20 here? I think we have our first miss already. Let's see. I don't see a 20. Let me go ahead and re-roll. We do have an 18. Do we have multiple 18s? Let me see. Yeah, we do. Okay, so Estevan, Viking. I think that's it. Estevan and Viking. Yes, I think it's just you two. Estevan and Viking, are you guys here? Everybody else, just keep your same numbers. I'm going to do a few more. We're going to roll probably like 4 more after this. I need you guys to be quick because we're going to be doing a bunch of accounts. Are you guys still here? Viking, Estevan? All right, I see Estevan. Viking, are you here? Got like 10 seconds, Viking. If you're not here, I'm just going to give it to Estevan. All right, here's what I'll do. I'm going to come back to you guys. This is going to be for another winner. Let's see, 9. How did nobody pick 9? Okay, I don't see a 9. Let me roll again. I think we have every 30 except for 31. Okay, looks like today I'm the unlucky one. Holy, I'm missing everybody. We don't have a 19 either. All right, what about 79? It's gonna take all day. I think I'm missing everybody every time. Okay, this is getting ridiculous. I think I'm literally missing every every single roll. Oh no, I got somebody. All right, 65. Here we go. Bill, are you here, Bill? B-I-L-G. B-I-L-G, you here? Is there any other 65? Let me see. By the way, keep an eye on VWAP. We're just rotating back down here. No, I think you're the only 65. Okay, I'll come back to all you guys that won. Just hold on for a second. So, Bill, I got you. Estevan, Viking. Let me get a couple more. And I'll come back to you guys. Think I missed again. Okay, I missed again. Let me try again. Okay, there is a 33. Is there multiple? Be your game. Are you here? I think you're the only one. Yeah, you should be the only one. Let me know if you're here. Okay, you are here. Okay, so I need one more. And just to make it easy, Estevan and Viking, you guys tied. I'll just give you both accounts. 31, I'm pretty sure. Didn't I already have 31? Didn't we pull 31 earlier? Yeah, there is no 31. I pulled it earlier. Uh, 84. There's an 85. There's like every single 80 except for 84. Might be the most unlucky roll I've done. I think there's quite literally every single 80 except for 84. All right, let's roll one more time. 73, let's see. It doesn't normally take this long. I'm just getting very unlucky rolls. I think we don't have a 60 or a 73 either. Let me try again. 79, let's see. We're going to be here all day. All right, I think next time we do this, we're doing like 1 in 80 or like 1 in 70. And then if there's ties, we'll just tie break it. I just need to get that system that I used to use for giveaways that like automatically does it. Okay, there's multiple 42s. Who is it? Chris and Asparagus. Are you guys here? I think you're the only two. Okay, how many winners is that? Because I have 5 accounts to give away. So that would be, we had Estevan, Viking, Be Your Game, Bilge. Okay, so I have to get one of you guys because I only have 5 accounts today. So you guys, I'm going to do a tiebreaker. So you guys pick a number between 1 and 10. And I'll just keep rolling it until one of you guys wins. Seven and 5. Okay, good luck. It was 7, so Chris. Okay, so we got Chris, Estevan, Viking, Be Your Game, and Bilge. So now I'm going to send you guys something. Give me 1 second. Okay, here's my email. Can you guys send me an email? And I'm going to respond to you with a random number. And then you just have to confirm what that random number is in chat so I know that it's you. And then once you confirm it's you, I will go ahead and send your codes. Just let me know what your YouTube name is. Just send me an email, say, hey, I won the Apex raffle. Here's my YouTube name. And then I'll send you a random number. We're going to be giving away probably 4 or 5 more accounts tomorrow as well. Hopefully it'll be a little bit smoother. I think I got yours, Chris. Let me send you a number. Just type the number in chat. And that will just confirm that it's actually you. I got you, Chris. Just waiting on Viking, and then who else? It was Bill G. Gotcha, Estevan. Gotcha, game. You guys are good. Just need Viking and then Bill. By the way, keep it on this node here. This node at 28 doing a very good job holding us outside of balance here. That's not returning back to that POC. They are rotating it a little bit, so it's still kind of a 50-50. But they are protecting it for now. I got you, Bill. Let me send you a number here. And then Viking, just go ahead and send me an email on that email I posted. I'll probably do like one Discord giveaway tomorrow as well. Are you guys coming by? I got you, Viking. Go ahead and respond with that number. Bill, go ahead and double check your number. I'm pretty sure you got it, but I'll just be careful. We'll see if it rotates back down here. If they can actually hold above 31 here, you're not rotating this upper node anymore. It's actually bullish. Viking, once you get that email, just post it in chat. Awesome. Okay, so all 5 of you guys are good. I'm going to end the stream, and then I'll send you guys promo codes. And the promo codes are basically just the same as a discount code. So wherever you guys put in the code BREW, just put in this promo code, and it will give you a free account for 30 days. After that, I believe it renews at either full price or half price. So like 50% off. So if you don't pass the account in the first 30 days, just go back to the BREW code, which right now is 80% off. But all right, guys, I appreciate you being here. I will be doing more giveaways tomorrow, and then that will be it for this week. It's going to be a very short week. It's just going to be today, tomorrow, and then that's it. Wednesday's a half day. I don't trade on half days. Thursday's a holiday. Friday is actually a normal day, but I'm not going to come back off of a holiday on a Friday. So I'm probably just going to take it as an extra holiday, and then we'll be back on Monday, same time as always. And then next week we have another holiday, which is on, I think it's Thursday. New Year's Day is a trading holiday. But the rest of the week, I will be here normal time. But all right, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you guys can't make the stream tomorrow, you guys enjoy your holiday, enjoy your weekend, and I'll be back on Monday. If you guys are in Discord, I'll see you guys there for the rest of the day. If you're not in Discord, I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace, everybody.